A Korean couple couldn't have kids, so adopted a black little girl and named her Kim Min-soo. They raised her as their own child and loved her so much. Min-soo also loved her parents and grew up happy. However, as Min-soo became a teenager, she started feeling left out more, especially at school since she was different from other kids. She didn't make friends and was always made fun of for referring herself as Korean. She often grabbed a lot of attention in public, especially when she spoke Korean fluently or told people her name. Despite all that, she loved being Korean and wouldn't trade it for anything. Min-soo did well in high school and managed to get into Seoul University. She had to move away from her parents and start her independent life. At university, she worked very hard. She took part-time jobs as a cafe waiter, also taught preschool kids. She did that to earn money. One night, Min-soo's friends that she had met at the university encouraged her to go out. Since she is always busy, they decided to visit one of the popular bars in Seoul that night. Min-soo was ready to unwind and have a couple of drinks. Across from where they were seated, there was a very handsome guy sitting alone having a whiskey. Besides him were two guys who kept looking at Min-soo and her friends. They made funny comments about Min-soo, and one of the guys made a bet that he was going to get her to bed that night. The guy who was sitting alone watched them as they approached the girls, and one of the guys started talking to Min-soo. The guy who was sitting alone noticed that Min-soo was drunk. He got annoyed, and he stood up and confronted the guys. They ended up having a fight, and the guy was chased out of the bar. Min-soo was so happy that someone defended her for the first time, so she ran after the guy to thank him. Outside, Min-soo stopped the guy and thanked him. The guy looked serious and told her to be careful next time because guys target women from outside. She explained to him that she is actually Korean and not from outside. The guy looked at her surprised and told her to go home since she looks drunk. As the guy walked away, Min-soo sat alone by the sidewalk because she was too drunk. The guy felt guilty and came back for her. He told her to go back to her friends. Min-soo seemed to have blacked out. The guy sat next to her and tried to talk to her, but Min-soo fell asleep on his shoulder, and that made things a bit awkward for him. After failing to find Min-soo's friends and getting her to tell him where she stays, he ended up taking her with him in the car. Min-soo had passed out, and the guy was disappointed that there are females who were still careless about how they drink on a night out. He regretted stepping in to defend her since he now had this huge responsibility of taking care of her. The guy arrived at his place. He lived in a very luxurious mansion. He took Min-soo to bed and made sure she slept. The next day, when Min-soo opened her eyes, she realized that she was not in her bed. She was in a luxurious room that she didn't know. She began to panic and tried to remember what had happened. Like and comment for part 2.